Welcome to Power System Protection course NPTEL. We are continuing with distance link. In this lecture, we will see the effect of fault resistance on distance link, how to overcome this, and then at the end we will discuss on the in-feed issue with distance relay. So, come to this first point, that is the fault resistance issue with distance relay. We have come across the fault resistance in several lectures. So, we know something about this, but we will have more elaboration on this, and then the issue with distance relay will be discussed. We know that whenever in a transmission line a fault happens to be there, then we show a diagram like this, and a fault current passes through the fault path. If it is a ground, it goes to the ground. If it is between two phases, so it is confined to them, and like that. So, we say that this before the physical contact happens to be there between the phase conductor or another phase conductor or the ground, because of the large voltage, arcing will be established. So, we have phase fault resistance, mean to say that when the fault happens to be between two phase conductors. So, the arc is between the faulted conductors. In case of ground fault resistance, the arc resistance between the conductor and tower. So, the tower carries the conductor. So, conductor and tower and tower footing resistance. So, we have the fault current will pass through the phase conductor, tower and the tower footing resistance, and then the ground path and the ground return path resistance. So, we see that in case of fault involving with ground, the path encounters not only the arc resistance, also tower footing resistance and the ground path resistance. Furthermore, fault resistance may be particularly large in case of tree contacts and conductors lying on ground. So, this is involved with the ground fault. One more point, tower footing and overhead shield wires effect also observed on the ground return impedance. What I mean to say here, the overhead shield wires for lightning purpose, they ground they are grounded through the towers, they connect all towers. So, therefore, the corresponding ground path is also affected by the shield wires. Tower footing resistance typically can be small, less than 1 ohm to hundreds of ohm, depending upon the arrangement and the soil resistivity and so on. When soil resistivity high and overall shield wires being not used, special cases, ground resistance can be as high as 800 ohms. This is what situation, but can be typically high voltage line can be confined to 5 ohm, 10 ohm, 20 ohm, 30 ohm also, but situation says also that there can be hundreds of ohm also. Ground fault resistance are much greater than phase fault resistance. We have already elaborated on this, that phase fault resistance is only confined to the arc, whereas ground fault resistance is having other components, the tower footing resistance and the return path. The arc has its own resistance, and that depends upon different components, particularly the length of the arc and the current associated. There are empirical formulae. One of them you can say that is like this, that considering the arc voltage to be 1444 volt per meter, sometimes expressed in 440 foot per 440 volt per meter also. For currents exceeding 100 ampere, so the arc resistance happens to be 1444 L upon I, where L is the length of the arc estimated one and I is the current in the arc in amperes, and this 1444 is a constant, that constant has a unit of volts per meter length of the arc. So, this formula gives us, you can say that what will be the expected arc portion resistance associated with the fault. There are other formula like Warrington formula, and so someone can have look on that also. These formulae differ in different aspects. So, these are empirical formulae. This L also it will find descriptions, the length of this one also depends upon the velocity of air, because that depend upon that the arc will be swayed away also. So, going further on this, we will see how the effect of the fault resistance in different situations affect the distance relay. We see that this fault resistance is of significant value for phase to ground fault compared to phase to phase fault. So, we will analyze the phase to ground fault. Let us consider phase to ground fault for this simple 2 bus system. So, this is a radial system, power is flowing from bus M to N and the fault is there at F x per unit distance from bus M, and the relay R M is a distance relay, and how does it see. So, see, we have already derived these apparent impedance calculations for different kinds of fault, types of fault, including phase A to ground fault. So, this is extension of that. In those derivations, we only consider R f to be equals to 0, solid fault. So, in that case, the fault point voltage V f happens to be 0, but now because of the presence of this R f, which consists of the, in this case, the arc resistance, the tar footing resistance and the ground path resistance. In that case, this corresponding I f flows to this one. So, the drop here V f becomes equals to I f into R f. Now, for a earlier one we are discussing V f equals to 0 and the V f equals to particularly V f in this case equals to 0, and we are talking about the positive sequence, negative sequence and 0 sequence components of that, summation of that were 0. Now, here V f equals to this I f into R f, and if we remember the corresponding sequence diagram, that becomes equals to I 1 f into 3 R f, where I 1 f is the positive sequence current through the faulted path, and that equals to the 0 sequence equals to the negative sequence component of the fault current for the phase A to ground fault. We can write this V A M in a similar fashion to what we have discussed earlier in apparent impedance calculation, like this: I m plus k naught I naught m into x z 1 m n for this portion, plus this V A f. This V A f earlier was having 0, now you can say that we will having substituted by this I 1 f 3 R f, or that equals to I f R f. So, by consider substituting these and then z apparent V m upon I m k naught I naught m, as usual we do, then this comes out to be x z 1 m n plus an additional term what we have discussed earlier. This additional term is coming because of, you can say that this the corresponding R f part, where earlier you are considering R f to be 0. So, if we take consider this R f, only this x z 1 m will come, which we have derived earlier. So, that results in, you can say that if you plot on the R x plane. So, earlier you can say that our value line impedance, you can say that happens to be this up to this x z 1 m n, and then you can say that if we add the corresponding this part, then this become, you can say that this red part, you can say that this is nothing but the additional term. So, that becomes, you can say that now the apparent impedance happens to be larger than what you can say that the corresponding line impedance up to x, you can say that x per unit was being observed by the relay. Now, note that this factor is having k naught and the 0 sequence current plus the phase A current. So, it is a function of these, you can say that 3 terms multiplied to the R f. Now, note that k naught equals to z naught minus z 1 upon z 1. Now, if this z naught and z 1 are having the same impedance angle, then this you can say that k naught becomes a real number, and this I n naught m only considering the fault current, that becomes equals to 1/3 of I m. So, therefore, this k naught is a real number and I naught m and I m they are having same angle along this I m. So, the angle cancels out and this become a real number with R f. So, therefore, what happens that if we add this value to this impedance value to a real number, this total. So, that can say that we just simply can say that on the x axis along the r axis you can say that we will add a value for this component. But if that is not so, like this k naught becomes an imaginary, I mean the complex number which is having imaginary part also, then this you can say that addition will consider will be having certain angle with respect to this oriental line. But typically if you see that imaginary value may be small and therefore, you can say that the corresponding line will be very close to this oriental line. Now, we will see more generic form in a high voltage systems where an interconnected line will be considered. So, source will be both the sides. So, we have m bus, that what we have seen. Now, n side also we are having source. So, this you can say that will be having. Now, in this case for the same fault position what we have discussed earlier, same line, then what happens, the only difference that current flows from this side also, current however will flow from right hand side to this fault path also. So, this I f current fault path current becomes a summation of left hand side current plus the right hand side current. So, therefore, I a becomes, because we are talking about phase A to ground fault, I m plus I n, and then consider the V a f, that becomes equals to I a f faulted path current in phase A equals to I a 1 f into 3 R f, the way you can see that we have seen in this side also, and that comes from your sequence network diagram. So, we see that as compared to this radial system, an additional current flows through this path, that is the difference between this. Now, if you proceed for, you can say that the apparent impedance seen by this R m for this case, then we will have V a m upon, you can say that I m plus k naught I naught. This V m you can say that we will having expression like this with V a f and all these things, but the V a f you can say that is having now this in case of, you can say that this perspective, but this I f you can say that only difference is that I f that becomes an additional current I n fed from the remote end. So, that leads to, you can say that situation of the corresponding apparent impedance seen by the relay without any R f consideration, when R f becomes 0, x z 1 m n as usual plus I m plus I n upon I m plus k naught I naught. So, now we say that this I f, this V a f you can say that consider I f. So, this I f divided by this I m plus k naught I naught coming from here. So, that leads to, you can say that situation, and therefore, the plus I n in the numerator is an additional term what we have seen in the for the radial system. So, this infit current from the remote end becomes a new factor here for the influencing to this additional term associated with the R f. So, what we see here that because of this you can say that modulating factor by this infit current. So, this you can say that part you can say that will be having can be modulated in different angles, that depends upon one perspective is that if the corresponding infit side is having not matching with the corresponding impedance angle of this side, that is non-homogeneous situation, then also you can say that the corresponding angle becomes modulated in this case, and therefore, you can say that it may not be that a horizontal line what we discuss here, it may be modulating this side or that side depending upon the situation. In addition, these contributes, so you can say that factor now. So, therefore, these can say that this part becomes maybe a larger larger you can say the perspective because of this current. If the current in feed becomes significant, then this also will be significant, and then this you can say that component becomes larger. So, now we can say that we see that for this one, for the relations for the in feed case, we have this expression. Now, if the amount of you can say that current in feed becomes significant as this side current also. So, then you can say that we can have a factor of, let us say consider this to be a factor of k. So, this k factor becomes you can say that may be significant as compared to this. So, if we that can be close to 2 times also depending upon the when this both you can say the in feed current becomes at par with the relay side current. So, this leads to situation that if this factor becomes greater than 1, note that in a quadrilateral characteristic used in numerical relay for ground fault, the corresponding fault resistance coverage, which we are only thinking about can say that only RF, we are adding you can say that to this impedance line from RF. Now, because of you can say that this factor greater than 1, that must be considered you can say that if there is a strong in feed situation in a for a line. Once again, so the fault resistance coverage for this kind of situations where in feed is high, must be this factor also must be taken into consideration for constructing the quadrilateral characteristics. Now, let us take an example now. We have a 2 bus system 400 kV line 120 kilometer, and we created a fault 80 kilometers from the RM phase A to ground fault with RF equals to 5 ohm only. In real situations it may be much more also. So, what we say that for a radial system, we see the corresponding fault deviating from the line you can say that impedance line this much settling here with that 5 ohm. Now, if you have you can say that in feed, then you can say that we see for the same case without changing anything here, that the in feed you can say will be there. First case is with radial, no in feed. In the second case, it is with in feed. Then we see that the corresponding RF is increased, and that is what in the earlier discussions we had, that the corresponding k factor becomes may be larger, and also the angle of modulation also may be larger this way or that way depending upon the homogeneity of the situations. So, now if the fault resistance becomes a prominent thing in the particularly for the phase to ground fault, then and the apparent modulates the apparent impedance, then what is the solution for that? So, one is that the quadrilateral characteristics can be extended with high value of RF, so that the area coverage becomes more. But if we consider for this larger zones having you can say that characteristic larger area like zone 3 or so, then we will see can say that in subsequent lecture on the load encroachment issue, where if the that may also can say that reach to the load area, and that may consider create problem. So, there is a limitations to increasing the fault resistance coverage with quadrilateral characteristic also. So, that limits the corresponding distance relay sensitivity for high fault resistance situation. So, that gives a scope, and the solution you can consider what is being used in industry is the sensitivity of ground over current relay. So, the ground over current relay is being used in conjunction with the distance relay, which you can say that can have a better sensitivity as compared to distance relay in these kinds of situations. Now, I will go to another issue on distance relay on the in feed issue. So, consider a system like this 3 bus system, and then at the intermediate bus we have another source connected. So, this source you can say that it feeds power to the grid. Now, what happens you can say that to this R m we like to evaluate. This R m has 3 relays minimum that we are talking about zone 1, zone 2 and zone 3 characteristics. So, in this kind of in-feed situation, this in-feed can be a source and also can be a grounded transformer. Note, if you have a grounded transformer, then it becomes a 0 sequence current flows for the phase to ground fault also, fault involved with ground, and that gives also considered a scope of in-feed current, 0 sequence in-feed current at that situation. So, in that kind of situations, what happens for the relay at M bus, we like to evaluate and then we conclude the effect on resetting perspective. Now, for simplicity consider here 3 phase fault. So, this V m becomes equals to for this fault in the let us say second line NR line, this is can be in zone 2 or zone 3 depending upon the distance from this one. So, the corresponding V m becomes equals to I m n into Z 1 m n 3 phase call plus I m f I n f plus Z 1 n f. So, this you can say that drop here will be the voltage you can say that at bus m, the corresponding I n f through this path that becomes equals to the current I m n plus the I t n, the corresponding in-feed which is going from this source or the corresponding transformer path. So, now you can say that this additional current as compared to the earlier discussion is now the issue that leads to this V m substituting this corresponding I n f, that becomes equals to V m I m n Z 1 m n plus I m n plus I t n Z 1 n f. So, without this become equals to only I m n. So, this additional term is the concern. So, for R m the Z apparent for 3 phase fault V m upon I m n, any phase voltage, any phase current, so that equals to Z 1 m n usually, but now with in-feed this term you can say is coming to picture. So, this you can say becomes equals to Z 1 n f, that is this one, this portion Z 1 n f from n to f and the corresponding factor 1 plus I t n upon I m n, the in-feed by this I m n. So, this you can say the additional term is the corresponding apparent impedance seen, which is having I am say that more you can say that as compared to the what we have seen for earlier case. So, what we see here that the Z apparent becomes higher because of this in-feed. So, we can say issues you can say that with the corresponding apparent impedance seen by the you can say that the zone 2 from here will be smaller, but note that you can say that this does not create any problem to the zone 1 you can say that protection perspective. So, because the in-feed does not have any effect on to the zone 1 side, to this line side, it you can say that creates problem you can say that to this side. So, now the point you can say that is that for the zone 3 reach must be considered, if we think about the zone 3 that will be significantly affected because this portion will be coverage. So, but the zone 3 must you consider cover up to bus R. So, for that one, because this will be considered an underreaching kind of situation kind of thing. So, therefore, the coverage must be extended such that the corresponding R bus also seen within zone 3. So, the zone 3 has to be extended as compared to the without in-feed situation, and that is you consider case if depending upon the in-feed amount, the corresponding zone 3 should be set accordingly. Furthermore, the zone 2 because of this underreaching kind of problem, the zone 2 coverage on this portion reduces, and thereby you can say that that the only difference you can say that with the in-feed. The other issue is that the in-feed may be there at times and in-feed may not be there. So, therefore, the relay what will be there for zone 1 for zone 2 and zone 3, they should not have any problem you can say that in both the situations. So, that you can say that must be addressed by the for the relay resetting or the relay setting. As an example, this is a case 250 kilometer first line, second line, in the second line at 80 kilometer 3 phase fault is created, and what you see that this is 80 kilometer in zone 2 of this relay, but you see the corresponding fault to be beyond zone 2, it settles in zone 3. So, this clearly says that you can say that the apparent impedance seen by the relay is higher than being expected, you can say that is it should be at F point, and this is nothing but due to the, even though RF is 0 here, no fault resistance like what we discussed earlier, the in-feed creates problem and the apparent impedance seen by the relay becomes more. So, that says that the coverage of zone 2 and zone 3 are affected. So, considering the maximum in-feed at this bus, the corresponding relay here has to be set. So, we discuss the effect of fault resistance and the in-feed on impedance on the distance relay perspective. Thank you.